of it.
We are living like paupers at the minute.
Yeah. Right, let's make sure. Is this going to work? So our YouTube should be live. Instagram is live by the looks of it. Yeah, and we're live.
If I get cut off, it might be because I've run out of internet.
Okay. Right, ladies and gents, welcome to Crypto Waffle episode 87. Apologies for being 3 days late. We have many things going on in the world. But today's topics are metals and crypto about to turn. The Clarity Act, July 17th is the biggest date, which is tomorrow in crypto. And then Bitcoin's at bottom. Have we already seen it? And then, as you mentioned in the Telegram the other day, also position sizing. I think that's a good topic of discussion.
Yes.
So
yes.
Where would you like to start, sir?
Bitcoin moving sideways. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? How do you feel, sir?
For me, I don't think it's a bad thing because we haven't seemed to have lost, or made new lows per se. But it's still kind of, we're stuck. Like on the charts, I can potentially see an inverse head and shoulders forming. I think, as one of the titles is, I think we could be in for some sort of relief rally across crypto and the metals, and because a lot of the AI stuff / stocks is starting to sort of stall out, chop a bit. So I think we might see a little bit of a rotation go on over maybe the next couple of weeks or through the summer months until we get to Q4. But I don't think it's a bad thing.
Which metals are you looking at? Are we talking gold, palladium?
So
silver?
I am looking gold, all of them really. So gold, silver. I mean, I'll share my screen. Share this. Bang, bang. So this is gold. You can see we've been a downtrend for a while now. This is us on the daily. If we go down to the weekly, this is us here. And you can also see on the weekly the RSI is sort of coming into that area where we usually put in a bottom around that 32-ish, give or take. But zooming back into the daily, you can see we've kind of been in this descending channel / falling wedge for a while. But we have had, or starting to get, some divergences on the RSIs. So if we go to the 4 hour, you can see back here, we've got this lower lows in price, but higher lows in RSI. And you can also say the same for this small section here. So currently we've got a higher high in the RSI, whereas price is no lower, which is all bullish. So I do think we could be in a time to rotate a bit. There's silver again, we're back on the lows. I mean, could we go for new lows? Yeah, sure. But I think these are setting up for some decent trades here. The same on the daily for silver. No RSI divergences on it, but we have got this bigger sort of falling wedge at play. I don't know if you remember from, I think it's episode 85, where we discussed this. I was looking for silver to come down to this 48.50 area. And that's where I personally will be looking to buy a spot if we get there. I am tempted to sort of pick up somewhere we are at 55.
Looks like a double bottom, right?
At the moment, yes. But you can also see these previous highs we had back in October 25. We're just retesting them. This is the first time we've retested them. So it'd be key to see whether they hold as support or not. And if we head over to platinum, same sort of thing again. We've got downsloping channel or trend lines, but I do think we could get some sort of relief rally back to maybe 1850. And then in Palladium, you can see that sort of inverse head and shoulders maybe setting up here for a relief rally, maybe back to like 1500. So I think there's a lot of options across the board. Same for Bitcoin. So if we go to Bitcoin quickly, just to point out that head and shoulders that I mentioned at the start, we could be about to form some sort of a right shoulder before we have a relief rally back to about 73, call it 74k. So it'd be nice to see some green. I mean, today's horrific. You can see red across the board there and pretty much everywhere, even in stocks land. Like you look at any of these, or most of them are all in the red. So it's not a great day today, but I do think it's time to put on the bullish hats again for a bit, even if we might be a week or two early. But I think we'll be all right. Are you still with us? I think he may have dropped, yes. He's dropped out. But anywho. Right, we'll move on to the Clarity Act tomorrow. So if you don't know, the US House of Representatives holds a field hearing on the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act this Friday, which is tomorrow in New York. Just replying to Crypto C. See if you can get back on. So in New York, the hearing aims to reconcile the House version with the Senate. You back, sir?
Yes.
Well, hey.
Was she talking about Clarity Act falling apart?
Yeah, so just discussing where they're discussing it tomorrow and whatnot. The hearing's aiming to reconcile the House version with the Senate's pending draft before August the 7th, recess and critical deadline for its passage this year. Market pricing suggests participants are responding positively, with the probability of the Clarity Act being signed into law by end of 2026 is currently at 46.5%. Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP were already classified as commodities by joint SEC and CFTC interpretations in March 26. The Clarity Act's main job is turning that revisable decision into a permanent federal law. So do you think if this is to become a federal law, it will have much impact on price straight away, or do you think it will be a marathon, not a sprint with it?
Buy the rumour, sell the news, I reckon. Yeah. I don't see it doing that much. I think it passing has already been priced in, yeah. And I can't see them not finishing it because they want to finish it. I think the only argument will be, do they accept the changes that benefit the banks? And I think the answer will be eventually yes. So, yeah, for me, it's stopped being a big deal now. I think that the Clarity Act part of this cycle has now passed. I think.
Yeah, there's not a lot of buzz around it. I mean, I think that's because the price action's been so shit, though.
Yes, all price, but also I think in crypto, I think we've had some other things that have really kicked off, like the Robinhood chain. It's been a pretty big success in this last week or so.
I've seen a lot of talk on that on X about it being a competitor to Hype.
Yeah.
Like a big, for Hype's first major competitor.
They've got retail, right? And it looks like the hype train might be coming to an end. The SEC came and started shouting at them this week, which is kind of a good thing because you want to be in the room with them so that you can pay whoever it is you've got to pay. Yeah. But it's the first time that Hype have been publicly called in.
Also, go on, carry on.
Yeah, go on, I was listening.
As I say, also the price action point of view on Hype, from a technical perspective as well, is aligning with this pressure. So do you know we pointed this out last time, this ascending wedge that was on Hype. I mean, typically they're bullish patterns because you've got a series of high lows all the way, and your price gets squeezed, and usually you break out. But as I said in, I think it's episode 84, with these, you want to be patient because you want to see which way this trades. If you want to get in early and go 50-50, by all means, but if we break to the upside, you wait for the retest, that's where you enter the trade. Same sort of thing to the downsides. If we break, so if I go to the 4 hour here, you'll see this a bit better. But where we broke here, this was your chance to get into the short hype trade, because now the targets for this wedge take us all the way down to about 42, which is quite a big drawdown. But I do think that's likely a buying opportunity. I think there'll probably be a lot of FUD along the way. If we look on bigger time frames like the monthly, that is our previous highs, and we haven't tested this area since we've broken it from May effectively. So I do think it's here to be patient. If we get a drop, I do think, like you say, the hype train could be on pause for now. But this is, for me, very interesting area to pick some back up.
Yeah, so interestingly, I'm not a massive fan of Robinhood Chain yet. I think that there's been a lot of hype around it. They've had a nice meme push with this Cash Cat, what they call it, meme coin, which has done pretty well. But I do think like it's one of those things where everybody's looking at it because there's nothing else really to look at. And I think that without that, hype probably would be at all-time highs now. But a lot of the people who would have been paying attention to hype have now gone running over to Robinhood for the short-term gain. I don't think the Robinhood chain is going to be a relevant story in 2 or 3 weeks' time. So I think the hype might be a pretty good bargain right now, even though it is quite close to all-time highs, simply because I think it will be the winner in the end. I think it will be, depending on if they start to hurt any more people with the SEC stuff. But I think SEC really, it will be a case of they will geo-block certain countries, which they already have done, and people will just use VPNs and carry on life as normal. So I don't know, for me, I'm looking at hype at 62 as I'm starting to look at it again, like perhaps we could see a decent buying opportunity.
We're at a key area of support as well. Like 62 is a key area. You also want to be looking at around 59, something like that, and also down at around 54. But if we do get through all of them, then you'll be looking at 47, potentially even 40. So I think it's a to be patient. I mean, I haven't taken any risk off with regards to hype. I sold some a while back, but I'm just being patient here with it.
Yeah, I missed this hype. I was in for the last one, but I've not been in for this one, and I am hoping it goes back down to a 47 or thereabouts.
Yeah.
I'll get back in.
I'll tell you what else is interesting as well. So if we go to the PERV chart, which is the DAT, for it, we go to the daily, we get rid of some of these lines here, so we can make this a bit clearer, so you can all see we are on the cusp of breaking this channel that we have not yet broken. Now the bad news is we've already lost our SMAs. You can see here the orange and the white on the daily, which is we've never done before. And we lost it for a day back here in Feb. Other than that, we haven't done it up until now. So that would suggest a series of weakness. We are on horizontal support here, around $7. If we go to the 4 hour, you can see this is the first time we've come in touch with the 200-day SMA, or the green line. So if I just remove my drawings quickly, it's the first time we've touched it. Now the key thing here is, will this act as support or not? So I think if anything's to give us a sort of in look into what could happen with the hype price, it's this. I think if we lose this SMA and we lose sort of this $7 area, and we really do start getting through it quick, I think we could see those lower prices that we just discussed.
So you think that is, or you think the hype price lags the DAT and not the other way
Yeah,
around?
I think that front runs it, just because that's where all the institutional money is, and
Okay.
obviously that's the smart money. So yes, you'll have some big whales and big people holding hype token, but all the big smart whales that can access it quicker are using that DAT, which is also why I think, just like when hype was going up, it outperformed hype. I think it'll be the same to the downside. If we do start to break, it's going to just get shredded.
Yes.
Like, people aren't going to sit in it and go, oh my God, I'm holding this for blah, blah, blah. So if it goes down 50% to 3.5, they're going to want out.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true.
So
Very true.
I'm watching that like a hawk here, just to see what happens with it, because we are at near enough the lowest RSI readings we've ever had on it as well, around 35. So it'd be interesting to see.
Is that bearish?
No, not necessarily. I tell you what, depending on what happens around this Clarity Act tomorrow, maybe we get a bounce on it passing or something, which could be a catalyst to start off this relief rally that we're potentially talking about. Obviously, it could be the other way around. If it doesn't pass for whatever reason, that could be the trigger that then sends everything on its next leg lower.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's been, I mean, especially for metals, I'm not saying crypto has to turn, because it's quite evident that crypto's in a bear market, but I think within a broader commodity bull market, this pullback consolidation period we've had on metals, it's time for us to bounce.
So you still don't think the bottom's in for Bitcoin?
I'm not going to say it's in, because historically Q4 has been like the time to pick it up. I'm going to say it looks a lot better than it has done. Like when we were back in July, early July, it looked fucking god awful when we had just made new lows at what 58k or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean the other thing that I've been seeing a lot on X is everyone saying time-based capitulation, which is fair enough, because this has been.
What does that mean?
So basically, price doesn't go very far, but it's just very slow, stagnant, and slightly down. So like previous bear markets, we get these sharp legs lower, and we get big drops. Like what if the drop that we've had, which is from peak to trough only a 54% drop, what if that was it? Because the last one we had was 77,
Yeah.
and historically they're all getting smaller by time. So what if that was it? Like, who's to say that wasn't it? I mean, we're at the 100-day SMA on the monthly as well, so it makes sense to have a bit of a bounce here.
Okay, so basically long everything, right?
I think that could be the overwhelming trade in our predictions today. Also, do you think that what's been going with the oil again could affect anything?
Oh, I done brilliantly on a long oil.
Yeah,
I think
same.
I put it in the group as well. I think I put it in the group.
Not sure.
I've just gone short. I've just gone short today though.
Yeah, I was literally today looking at a potential oil short as well. So we're thinking the same at the minute.
So on Tuesday, I'm in another group with a bunch of guys, right? And they call it Taco Tuesdays because
Yeah.
Trump always chickens out. So on Tuesday, obviously, there was the headline that Trump decided he wasn't going to put a 20% tax on every single ship that goes through the strait. Instead, he was going to do deals with the rest of the Gulf countries, which was good. But at that point, when that broke, I guess that should have been my signal to short
Yeah.
oil, and oil was at 79, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
So I think the range now will probably be between 70 and 80.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But we'll have to see. But it's luckily we've got hyperliquid, so we can get in and out nice and quickly without having to call our brokers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think that oil
Decent
trade.
amount of.
So on the subject of the trade, and so for positioning for it, let's say you have a $10,000 trading account, right? how would you specifically position yourself on a trade? Like, do you have a specific percentage of that
Depends,
capital
right?
you look to use? Like, will you give yourself certain measures, like how much leverage you can use, all that sort of stuff?
It depends. It depends for me on whether or not the asset is particularly volatile. So something like a Bitcoin, I would use more leverage because it's not that volatile. Something like oil, I would use more leverage. Again, it's not that volatile. But
Yeah,
something like SPX 6900 or Cash Cat, I wouldn't use a lot of leverage because it just will move too fast, and you can get kicked out to the downside, but you can't get kicked out to the upside. So your own greed will wipe you out. I generally put a stop loss at around 30%, which I learned from you. So if it
okay,
goes down, if I get hit for more than 30%, then I'm out, regardless of what leverage I'm using. I always put my stop loss at 30%.
yeah,
My take profit is normally left open, and I like to take after surges. So when I had my oil long, the long was on for a couple of days, and then we had the surge the other day.
yeah.
Must
I
have
think that
been
was on the
maybe
Monday, wasn't it?
Saturday. Was it? Oh, it might have been Monday. Yeah. Okay. On the Monday, um, once that surge had happened, I was like, right, it's my time to go.
Take
So
a bit
I got
off,
out.
yeah,
Yeah, I took the whole lot off. I just took it all off. If I see a surge, I'm like, okay, that's the move. Then I'm like,
yeah,
all right, I'm out. Or I'll set my stop loss just above where the surge happened. So
yeah,
if it goes on, then it goes on. But that's how I like to price it. We came across this because the discussion was if you use the right amount of principal, I guess, then you won't need to use leverage.
yeah. Well, because I mean,
Which,
it's like so my trade, for example, I had an oil long on, and I only had 3x leverage on it.
yeah,
But for my account size, my positioning was quite heavy. And then your response, obviously, to it was 3x, man up that leverage. So obviously, depending on people's risk tolerances and accounts, like for me, I was going ballsy with the size of it rather than the leverage. Because sometimes, like if I'm feeling something else, it might be high leverage, lower margin, for example.
to be honest with you, when I was like man up, I was more talking about confidence in the trade. Now, I I don't know with you, does that play a part? Do you
I
sometimes
was
feel
confident
like
in that trade, which is why I put on such large size. Like that was probably my largest
right?
size trade I've done this year.
Okay,
I'm just gonna go
okay.
through my his trade history quick and let me do it by value. Yeah, it's the largest trade I've had on all year,
Yeah, so you would have been
and was the best
sweating
one.
looking at the screen.
Yeah, but then again, to be fair, it went into our favour pretty quick, so it wasn't like it was waiting there. Like my copper trade was for ages, just battering around between the two things before it finally tapped me out. But
I had a Bitcoin short, I believe, or a Bitcoin short that was like $20 from being tapped out,
yeah,
like, and it then moved come sharp in the other direction and then
yeah,
went into profit in a matter of moments. But those times when you're really teetering on the edge can be
yeah. I find it best not to
horrific.
look. Like if you've got a $10,000 account, like for me, I probably if I had 10K account, I probably wouldn't do any more than 5% on a trade. Because
Okay.
the idea is you want to stay alive at the end of the day. Like you want to stay in every trade. You want to be able to have something. If it goes against you, you have a bad run of maybe 10, 15 trade. You still want to have some money to play with. And like you said earlier, that 30% sort of stop loss thing, I've always kind of used that as a good measure because some people think 30%, oh, that's way too much. But at the end of the day, I'm not a day trader. Like I might have to sit in some of these for a week or two for them to actually come out good in the end. And that 30% just gives us good margin for error per se.
Yeah, sorry, I lost you a little bit there, but I get the gist of it.
Yeah, no, it's good though. So, but yeah, positioning sizing, like depending on your account size, like The best way to find or to discuss it really, like nowadays, would probably be with one of the Chat GPTs or Claude or whatever. Like at the end of the day, they're the smartest people in every subject known to man. So have a
Yeah, but they
discussion with it.
are. I think the problem I've got with ChatGPT is it's naturally risk off and a bit sycophantic. It will tell you
Yeah.
what you want to hear, but then at the same time, it'll always play it safe.
I suppose
And
if you
as you
use like
know,
three different LLMs though, you get three different answers.
you would like to think, but you won't. Though. You'll get the same answer
Yeah,
from all
they'll be
three.
similar.
They're all designed to be the same. Yeah, they're all designed to be the same character.
Unless you gave it like a good
Unfortunately,
amount of context with regards to like how you want to trade, like and all that sort of stuff.
yes, yeah.
Um,
So if you've got your own agent that you talk to every day, and they know that you're a degen, then they'll be like, right, 50x,
yeah.
just put all your money on, leave the room, and pray it's there when you come
Yeah,
back.
I mean,
If
one
not,
thing we haven't mentioned as well is make sure you don't have cross on. You want to have an isolated trade.
oh gosh,
Because if you have a cross
yeah,
on your trade, like you can wipe the whole account, not just the money you put on the trade or the margin, the whole account can be gone. And that's easier said than done on Hyperliquid because they've got rid of that in the asset section now. So you used to have to send it from transfer to perps.
yes,
You haven't got to do
yeah,
that now.
all the
It's
same
just
now.
all one window.
No,
So when you stick a trade
yeah,
on, just make sure it's isolated. I nearly did that the other day on a trade.
yeah,
But
got wiped out, right?
no, I
You
didn't
would
end
have
up
got wiped
putting it
out.
on.
No, that was with me. That was us. I'm sure that was the two of us. And we done one, and
What?
it was like, wait, why does it say cross on Hyperliquid?
Might have been.
When we was doing one of them, yeah, I feel like it was with me. I feel
Might
like
have been.
I've made that mistake. I won't be able to. We won't be able to trade this week, by the way, because
Oh, yeah, because you haven't got the setup.
I haven't got the wallet. No, which is
Yeah.
uh, might not actually be true. I can. Do you know what? I have got it, but I haven't got it set up here. But I can set it up for next week.
We can discuss trades and then obviously we'll just, I might do some money behind them if we, or we personally can do some trades behind them.
Could do them.
And then,
Yeah, we could do them in our private lives.
yeah, the community can follow if they wish to or not.
Makes
Any,
sense.
anything
Yeah,
else at
that
top
makes
of mind?
sense. Apart from Robinhood, I think there was another exploit this week.
Really?
I think there was another exploit. Yeah, a really like nasty one to do with DAOs, where somebody bought enough tokens to put forward a proposal, and the proposal they put forward was to take. Oh, hold on, where's he going?
water quick.
Okay, I'll wait for you. Obviously, it's extremely hot in England, where the Financial Navigator is. And then when he comes back, I'm going to explain this. Oh, here he comes.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so there was a exploit. I'm looking it up now because I did like save
Was it a
it.
DeFi thing or?
Yeah, it was like a DAO thing. So basically, you've got these DAOs where you get tokens. The more tokens you've got, the more you can vote. All right, here we go. It was on Bonk DAO. So
Okay.
you know Bonk the
Meme.
I think that's Solana. Bonk
Yeah,
Solana.
Solana meme. It was one of the old school
Early
ones.
Solana meme. Yeah, early meme, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, these Bonk guys, they've got this DAO. Now, one particular wallet has picked up a bunch of the tokens so it can vote. Everybody's happy. Oh, price is going up. Yeah. So this guy picks up all these wallets. He then executed a proposal that swapped $20 million of DAO, of Bonk, from the DAO's treasury to his wallet. Only seven wallets voted, and obviously he bought all of this Bonk beforehand. I think he spent like $4 million on the Bonk. Anyway, he bought all this Bonk beforehand, then went and voted, won the vote, collected the 20 million. Thank you very much.
And that was
Goodbye.
it.
Yeah, the reason why I was interested was because it
Mad.
only really worked because hardly anybody votes in these DAOs. Everybody uses the buzzword. Oh, we're in a DAO. We're in a DAO. Like everybody
Yeah.
uses the buzzword. Oh, we've got privacy. We've got privacy, but nobody actually uses the crypto for what it's actually built for. So unfortunately, that was the one bit of news that really stuck with me this week. I was just, unfortunately for Bonk DAO, they lost $20 million.
Yeah. I assume that hasn't been frozen by Tether or anything.
Nope. I don't
Is
think
it
they can.
illegal? Is that
It wasn't
even illegal?
USDT. No, it's not. Well,
Yeah, technically,
that's
it's
the
not
thing.
illegal, right?
It's not illegal, no.
No.
It's an exploit, but it's one of those code is law arguments.
Yeah.
So it's not a hack. You've used the system the way you're supposed to use it. You've just done what you're not really supposed to
Yeah,
do.
it's just
But
unethical, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, low turnout, and that they can't. No one can lock it because it's Bonk. It's not USDT. So I don't know what's happened with the winnings.
Did
I don't know if
he
they
get
spent
it
it or
all
not.
in bonk, the winnings, or?
Yeah, he would have got it in Bonk. The interesting part is, well, it says $20 million. The interesting part is you will be able to see the guy's wallet. So you will be able to see where the Bonk is and then where it's gone after, because it's all on Solana. I
mean,
haven't bothered to do that.
When did that come out, by the way, that news?
Last week.
Okay.
Literally, this time last week.
Because bonk's at new lows today.
So I think it was surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Because everybody's worried about this guy dumping 20 million of it. So
Yeah.
it's a rush to the exits, right? Yeah, it's a rush
Yeah,
to
it
the
makes
exits,
sense.
unfortunately. Yeah, tough time for Bonk. But I guess on that news, if we would have had Hyperliquid, which I didn't even consider at the time,
You could have
surely
shorted
you
bonk.
go and you short Bonk, yeah. And let me see. I don't know if
I mean, you could, but it's
Don't know.
always. Let me have a look on Hype quick. Yeah, bonk's on there.
it's on here, yeah. And it's, oh, look at this. Oh. What's it done? So we need to see what it's done over the last week. Down and to the right.
Yeah. So since.
Up,
Where are we? 16th, so the 10th is there. So since Monday, we're down 16%. And
do
potentially
you know
going
what?
lower.
I'm so annoyed with myself. Do you know what? Even if we'd have had our crypto waffle on Monday like we were supposed to have, instead I was
Yeah, we probably would have
hunting
caught
for
some.
stupid houses in West Africa. Yeah, I would have been like, right, I'm shorting this. That would have been my
Yeah.
bloody trade of the week.
Oh,
well, not to worry.
Right,
Yeah,
let's
such is
go
life.
into
But
our trades.
just goes
though.
to show you, keep abreast of the news, and then you get some good trade ideas.
Indeed.
That was an
Indeed.
easy one. Okay.
Right, so for this week, sir. So
I don't have
where-
last week's
I should have
stuff,
them
so
marked
we
up
have
on
to-
my screen. So when was our last waffle? That was the 6th, right? I believe. So where's
Yeah.
waffle? 6 is there. Right, so we're sort of sideways to up on Bitcoin. Haven't come to yours. We're only a thousand off my target on Bitcoin, so nothing there for either of us. ETH, we've
Oh.
tapped it yesterday.
Yes. Well played.
got
You're
one.
lucky because where were we on Monday?
We were here where my cursor is, so about
Yeah. What about the
1800
13th?
just shy. 13th, that is...
What about on the 13th, which is when we're supposed to record? Yeah.
Here, 17th. Well, 1800 dead on.
No,
So
that's
those last
11th,
couple of
go
days
over
have
to-
helped me out. Hype,
Yes, basically. If I wasn't late, you wouldn't have got that.
yeah, you've been spot on, sir. You've been spot on with your hype prediction. Ansem, let me have a look on Dex Screener because I'm pretty sure we put that on here. Oh, you were spot on, sir. Look at that. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Let me
Can't
change
see it,
screens.
no.
Entire window. Can you see deck screener?
Oh yes.
Right, so this was your prediction all the way down here. Spot on the money, mate.
Easy money.
Literally today.
Easy money.
At 10 a.m. So
Easy money.
well done. Is that 2-1, I think, at the minute?
At the moment, yeah.
Arve. So 6th. Where's 6th? There. That can't be right.
No.
Unless
why
we
is
were
my
up
name
here.
on that line?
Unless we were up at the highs on the 6th, and you've then predicted 88, which would make
88.
sense. And in a way, you could
Okay.
say it did yours and mine, because we were, what's that, $3 off mine as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
3-2 to you. And then oil. So unfortunately, we didn't touch your target.
What was my target? That can't
I've
be
got
right.
84. Is that wrong? I could be wrong. I think you might have said 82, you know, or 81. Which, if so, I'm going to give it to you. If not, I'm going to give it to you anyway, because 81.27 was the high. But yeah, both nailed the oil long. So love it.
Yeah, and we were down and had been down.
So we were down
for a
here.
while, so yeah.
Sixth.
That
Look,
was
sixth is there. We were down at $68.
That was a brave long.
That
from both
we
of us.
timed that to perfection, sir.
Yes.
Literal perfection. Right. So
Literal.
what do we want this week? What assets? I'm going to get rid of Ansem. I'm going to say, can we put in gold?
Okay, we'll take gold.
Is there anything else you would like?
I'm just faffing with this laptop.
I think we keep oil in again.
Yeah.
And then something to replace Arve. Could we do... Should we do Bonk?
Yeah, that's a good one. Question is, does it keep going down?
Yeah, that's the hard part. That's market cap.
All we have to do, I guess, is find out if the guy has sold his 20 million. If he hasn't, then I'll say it keeps going down.
Yeah.
If he
Right. Well, kicking it off with Bitcoin, where do you think we will be on? Well, actually, we're going to be shorter this week, so we've got 4 days to be correct.
Yeah, this one's a tough one, isn't it?
So where do you think? We can let the margin for error be a bit closer because we've only got 4 days.
I think we are going to go to your one there, 66.
66.5.
Yeah,
That's what I was going to say.
yeah.
So I'm
I think
going
we
to
get
leave.
there.
I'll leave us there with that. For ETH, I'm going to say 2K. Is that too close?
No, not in a few days. Because I think because it's so short, we're just worrying about direction, right?
Yeah. So what do you think for ETH?
I'm going to join you at 2K.
Okay. Height. So this is the only one where I slightly differ.
Yeah, this is where we disagree.
Yeah,
This is where
whereas
we
I'm
disagree.
going to say 58.5.
And I'm going to say 70.
Okay. 70 is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Calling for a big hype rescue over the weekend.
Yeah. Bonk. I mean, you got a bullish divergence on the 4 hour currently. MACD. Looking to turn as well. 4 days. I'm going to say lower though.
Yeah, same.
I'm going to go with 3.30.
I'm going to go with 2.8.
Is that too close? Yeah, it's only 5%. Yeah, I'm going to come with you 2.8. It's a lot better.
2.8. Yeah.
Yeah. Gold.
Do you know what? I will check actually. Let's
Go
check
on.
how much. I want to quickly check how much shorts are on. Oh wow. Okay, loads.
On what? Bonk?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
open
it's
interest
shorts.
must be quite high, no?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's the funding rate is negative 0.8, which is pretty high.
Yeah, that
There's
doesn't
a lot of
surprise
shorts
me.
in the room.
Yeah. Maybe we look to turn them with that bullish divergence. Oh well. Gold. See, this is a difficult one. Because I think we're in the region to put in a floor. But if we do lose this sort of 4K area, there's all the potential to come back here to 3,450. There is all the potential, and that is a fair old drop for gold. That would be approximately 13%, give or take.
If the stock market continues to rally, give peace a chance in the Middle East.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. It's not metals time yet.
You're gonna say lower?
Faith in the S&P. Yeah, I'm gonna say 3.8. 3.8.
Okay.
Can I say 3.850?
Yeah. 3,850. I am gonna say we bounce. I'm gonna say 4-1. Oil. So for me, I think this is a bull flag before we actually break to touch this bigger underside resistance. This here. But I also think that level around this 84 to 85 area is where you short. I don't think it's time to short yet. I think this gap might get filled. So on that basis, in 4 days though, can I say 82?
Yeah.
Is that allowed? 82. And you, sir?
74.
74. That's a fair old drop for 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just gonna wipe off the big pump we had on Monday.
Okay. So out of these, what do you think is, if we're to stick some trades on in our private lives, what are the best trades here that we all agree on?
I think the bonk short is the first one.
What, to join the shorts?
Yeah.
Are you telling me they're so crowded just puts me off?
I know, but they're crowded for a reason. I think charts go out the window when somebody's holding 20 million off the token and they can dump it at any time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking maybe Bitcoin, and you can have tight stops at, call it 63,750, because you're only playing it for 4 days.
Yeah.
ETH, I think you can have same sort of thing. Stops around 1.8.
Yeah.
Play it to 2k, give or take. Hype, I'd like to limit short from yours. If I was to do it, I'd have limit orders in around that 70 to 68. And if we got there,
I don't even know how our trades from last week done. Do you know?
well, our oil would have hit. So we definitely had an oil one on. What else
But that
did
would have
we
been small because that's outside of the thing, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we had on. I don't think we did much, I think we were conservative. Let me have a look to see if I posted the trade. I must have done. Oh, from the 6th. Oil, hype and Bitcoin. So it was a hype long, so we would have got tapped out on that, I would have thought. Where's the 6th? 6th is here. Yeah, we would have got tapped out on that. The limit short on Bitcoin from 66, which hasn't triggered, unfortunately. And then the oil long, which I take profit, was 81, so I'm not sure. If we look at WTI,
Don't think we touched that, did we?
have we tabbed 81? 80.6, so no, our oil is currently sat there just waiting to be cashed out.
All right, let me look at the vault and see what I can see.
Let me see if I can view the vault as well. Crypto waffle positions. No positions on.
Okay, and our APR is at 30%, so something.
I mean, must have had maybe we had our take profit a bit lower.
Yeah.
Maybe 80 or something, 879.
Okay, no, hold on. No, let me tell you. Okay, so it looks like we closed our hype, we closed our long, so we lost $57 there. And we closed our ETH short. No, that was on the 4th. $75 down there. No, nothing. I can't see anything good happened.
I think we might have had just a slightly lower take profit,
Yeah.
Maybe like 80. Which if we have, then perfecto.
It's not been a great week. Not been a great week.
We've done all right. We've been sensible.
Yes.
I'm not sure I'll be taking any trades though this week. I think I'd be trading for the sake of trading, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, everything is a little bit. Our WorldCoin short was brilliant. Our previous hype short was also brilliant, which we closed at 62. Okay. It's no bad. I'm sure that I had hype on a short last week, but that was the one that I was prepared to go long on because I thought the market would not move down. But I wasn't expecting Robinhood. I think Robinhood's done us this
To
week.
do its thing.
Yeah, it's sucked liquidity, hasn't it?
Yeah. All right then.
Okay, well, I guess we can't trade this week, so
Yeah, we'll just have hands off this week. We'll let the markets do their thing and then go from there.
my wife has just returned to the apartment. Okay, so next week, I guess.
Yeah, on Monday, back to usual time. Hopefully by then, the Spanish have won the World Cup. England have beat France.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And then we go to watching golf. Because the Open's on. I don't know if you watch the golf at all. I mean,
No.
I haven't played golf in a very long time, but I don't mind watching it. Rory McIlroy, right, hit a 420-yard drive today over a grandstand full of people. It was a
Over
joke.
their heads.
Yeah,
Like-
an absolute joke. Like that
Well
bloke
played.
is an animal.
Well played,
Absolute
Rory.
animal.
Well played. But no, we don't have much golf here. It's not a golfing nation. Football
Yeah.
and boxing.
Oh, okay, big boxers out there.
Yeah, they're into boxing. Well
Nice.
into their boxing.
You
All
get
right,
yourself
so
down the gym?
I might do. There's one literally below our apartment. My wife keeps on saying,
Oh,
"There's a
nice.
gym downstairs," you know.
Go for a little family boxing session.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. If Bitcoin goes back to 100K, then I'll run up and down the beach. That'll be enough. That'll be
Just as
enough
good
exercise.
fitness.
Just as good fitness, exactly. Bit of
Yeah.
cardio.
All right then.
But yeah, so we'll be back next week.
Yeah, usual time, 6 o'clock Monday.
Normal time, normal place. Hopefully, we'll be back on Instagram as well.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
yeah, lovely stuff. All right then. Right, speak to you later. Adios.